Hey everyone, welcome back. This channel is all about unbelievable, but 100% true stories. Real life chaos when things take a messy turn. We talk about drama, cheating, lies, breakups, and even a little sweet revenge. Some tales will leave your jaw on the floor, others might hit you right in the feels. But every single one will keep you hooked. If you're into raw, unfiltered stories about real people in real situations, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and stick around. This is Crazy Pepper Revenge, where things always get extra spicy. Well, looks like I've just found the perfect wedding present. A cheating witch. Should have tossed you out the second you slithered into his lap. Funny how this tiny little thing just saved me from marrying a walking dumpster fire. I was 30 when everything I thought I knew came crashing down. Mia was the same age. We'd met 6 years earlier when we were both 24 at a mutual friend's birthday party downtown. I spotted her across a packed room, mid-laugh, and there was this magnetic pull I couldn't ignore. She had this incredible spark, this energy that seemed to light up the space around her. That night ended with the two of us on a quiet balcony, deep in conversation about our dreams, favorite movies, places we longed to visit, and what we wanted out of life. From that moment on, I was hers, completely. We made things official soon after and moved in together within a year. To me, everything felt perfectly aligned. She had a bigger, more exciting social life than I did, but I never saw it as a problem. I figured we balanced each other out. I brought stability and calm, while she brought spontaneity and excitement. Last year, I proposed, absolutely certain she was the one I'd grow old with. She cried tears of joy and said yes without a second's hesitation. We dove headfirst into wedding planning, touring venues, sampling cakes, even debating whether an open bar was worth it. I truly believed we were building our future piece by piece. Turns out, I couldn't have been more wrong. It started with something that seemed harmless, a glittery little gift bag sitting outside our door. I wasn't even supposed to be home yet. I'd gotten off work early and planned to surprise Mia with dinner. But there it was, with a handwritten note. To the wildest bride-to-be, every moment was unforgettable. Love, Tasha. At first, I didn't think much of it. Tasha had been Mia's best friend since college. Loud, unpredictable, a little too much for me, but fiercely loyal to her. Mia always called them the ultimate fun duo. Still, something about that note didn't sit right. I took the bag inside and left it on the counter, staring at it for a while. It was probably nothing, but my gut told me otherwise. Eventually, I gave in, not to snoop, but just out of curiosity, or so I told myself. Inside were typical bachelorette goodies: a plastic tiara, a glittery sash reading Bride's Last Ride, and enough confetti to be a cleaning nightmare. But buried at the bottom was something that made my stomach drop: a pair of men's underwear. Not new, used. I tried to laugh it off as a bad joke, until I saw a flash drive under all the glitter. I don't know why I checked it. Maybe the underwear was already too much to ignore. There was only one file. I clicked it, completely unaware that my life was about to implode. The footage started harmlessly, Mia and her friends crammed into a club booth, laughing and toasting drinks. The camera panned to her, wearing her tiara and sash, looking beautiful as ever, but there was a wildness in her I'd never seen before. Then came the part that froze my blood. She was on stage, dancing provocatively with a shirtless performer while her friends screamed encouragement. I told myself it was just bachelorette fun, until she took the dancer by the hand and led him off stage toward a private room. I paused the video, heart racing, trying to convince myself it was just for laughs. But deep down, I already knew where this was going. The next clip confirmed it. Mia in a VIP section, drinking heavily, shamelessly flirting with 3 men. It started playful, until one kissed her. She didn't resist. In fact, she kissed him back. Then another joined in. By the end, All three were walking with her toward a hotel room. And over it all was Tasha's voice, laughing and shouting, "Mia, you're a freaking legend, bride of the year." I sat there in silence, hollow inside. Who was this woman? Not the one who used to cry with joy talking about raising kids. Not the one who fell asleep in my arms watching cheesy rom-coms. Later that night, she came home as if nothing had happened, kissed my cheek, asked about my day, and excitedly talked about Tasha's wedding decor ideas. I smiled and nodded, pretending everything was fine. Inside, I was already gone. I kept wondering if I'd missed signs, if I'd been blind, or if this was her first time. In the end, it didn't matter. The next morning, she kissed my forehead before work and said sweetly, "Can't wait to see you tonight, babe." I smiled back and said, "Yeah, me too." The second the door closed behind her, I moved. No hesitation, no coffee, no second thoughts. I yanked my old duffel from the closet and started packing clothes, toiletries, chargers, anything I could grab fast. I wasn't coming back. I didn't waste a single second figuring out what mattered and what didn't anymore. The couch, the pricey blender, the flat screen we'd saved for. None of it meant a thing to me now. She could have every last possession we'd bought together. She could keep the whole apartment. All I cared about was getting out. Fast. Anywhere but this stifling place. I pulled out my phone and started desperately looking for somewhere to go right away. I didn't want a sterile chain hotel. That would feel too cold, too ordinary, too much like real life. I needed somewhere quiet, somewhere I could breathe and clear my head. That's when I found a small lakeside lodge about 2 hours away. Nothing fancy, but peaceful, and they had rooms left. That was all I needed. I booked an entire week, paid in full without hesitation. Before I walked out for good, I grabbed the folder from my desk that held all our wedding documents. There was no way I was funding a ceremony that would never happen. The venue was top of my list, so I called while heading for the door. "Hi, this is Ryan," I said, keeping my voice steady. "I need to cancel a wedding reservation." There was a pause before the woman replied in that careful, overly sympathetic tone people use before delivering bad news. "Oh no, I'm so sorry. May I ask why?" I wasn't about to unload my life story on a stranger, so I offered a short, practiced lie. Plans changed unexpectedly. That's life. She started listing cancellation policies and fees. "That's fine," I cut in. "Just cancel everything." The drive didn't feel real. My hands were steering, but my mind was stuck on that flash drive, replaying every second I'd seen. Halfway to the lodge, I stopped at a gas station for snacks and water. As I was paying, my phone kept buzzing in my pocket. I didn't even need to look. Of course, it was her. By the time I finally checked, I had over 20 missed calls. Her text started off calm. "Hey babe, where'd you go? You didn't say anything. Everything okay?" Then they became frantic. "Ryan, where are you? Why is your stuff gone? Are you all right? What's happening?" And finally, pure desperation. "Please just talk to me. I don't understand. Please." I didn't reply to a single one. Instead, I called my parents. When I told them I'd left Mia and the wedding was off, my mom said softly, "All right, honey, want to tell us what happened?" I gave them the stripped-down version. "She's not who I thought she was." My dad didn't hesitate. "You did the right thing. Better now than after you say." "I do." There was no going back. Not for apologies, not for tears, not even for so-called closure. But one thought I couldn't shake was about Tasha. She wasn't some bystander in that video. She'd orchestrated it. That footage wasn't a random party clip. It was intentional, a keepsake she was proud to capture. I downloaded a burner app and messaged her. "Hey, It's Ryan. We need to talk about Mia. Tomorrow noon. Coffee shop on 7th. She responded in under 5 minutes, clearly puzzled but willing. The next day, I drove into the city and waited outside the shop. She arrived right on time. Hot pink blazer, ridiculous heels, sunglasses indoors like she was avoiding paparazzi. Classic Tasha. We sat across from each other at a corner table. Let's cut the performance. I said, I know exactly what happened at the bachelorette party. Her face stiffened instantly. I leaned in. The flash drive. The video. The trash you left outside our door. I saw everything. She tried to brush it off as typical party fun. I showed her a saved screenshot. Mia, bride of the year. Don't feel guilty. It's your last chance to be free. Her face drained of color. She tried to shift the blame. I didn't make her do anything. She's an adult. That was it for my patience. I slammed my hand on the table. You think I'll just forget she hooked up with 3 random guys because it was only once? I stood slowly. You're already involved, Tasha. And believe me, people will see who you really are. I walked out without another word. Back at the cabin, I knew the next step. I had to tell Mia's parents the truth. Her family always carried this prim and proper image. I'd never felt fully accepted until we got engaged. But once the ring was on her finger, things warmed up quickly. The following day, I drove to their house. Janet opened the door with clear relief. Oh, Ryan, thank goodness. Mia's been a mess. I stepped inside. I'm here to explain everything. The wedding's off because of what she did at her bachelorette party. I handed her my phone. She watched, her expression shifting to shock, then passed it to Henry with shaking hands. This is what she did. I said flatly. She didn't just cheat. She turned it into a spectacle. Janet broke down in tears. I don't understand. I don't know who she is anymore. Henry paced, fists tight. We didn't raise her to be like this. Janet pleaded with me to keep it quiet. That's not my responsibility anymore. I told her. How people hear about this is up to you now. The fallout came quick. I reached out to Rachel, another friend who'd been there. She claimed she didn't realize it had gone that far, but admitted Mia kept saying marrying me felt suffocating. By the end of the week, everyone in their social circle knew. Mia became a walking scandal. Eventually, she and Tasha had a full-blown falling out. Tasha snapped. You wanted it the whole time. Stop pretending you're the victim. When Mia refused to take responsibility, Janet and Henry cut her off completely. She ended up couch hopping, losing her job, renting a tiny room, and scraping by on part-time work. What stunned me wasn't just how badly things fell apart for her, but how fast people abandoned her. She'd burned every bridge and was left alone, sifting through the ruins of her old life. Meanwhile, I was slowly rebuilding mine, each day taking me one step further from the wreckage she'd left behind.